to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Better than ever. That was the theme for the 96 football season at Catholic High School. And it was true. This edition of Bears football carried a #1 state ranking in Class 5A from preseason through the last regular season game. Catholic High reached the state semifinals and completed their season with a 13-1 overall record. For the second consecutive season, the Bears were 10-0 in the regular season. For the 9th consecutive year, the Bears earned a berth in the state playoffs. And Catholic High featured the Gatorade Circle of Champions National High School Player of the Year, Travis Minor.
Y'all ready for this?
It was #1 versus #3 when Catholic High traveled to face Karen Crow in the regular season opener for both schools. This game was typical of previous meetings between the two clubs, with Catholic winning a thrilling come-from-behind victory. This was the Bears' 6th win in 7 meetings with Karen Crow. First quarter action, the Bears are on offense. Applewhite back to pass behind great protection, and he finds a streaking Travis Minor down the sideline. Touchdown, Catholic High. On defense later in the quarter, Julius Bessix leads the defense with help from Clay Bostic and Chris Reed. On the next play, Bessix fills the hole again. The Bears are back on offense and on the move. Minor takes the handoff and cuts to the right. He's down the sideline, and the senior's gallop sets up Greg Brown's field goal. This made the score 14-10 at halftime with Karen Crow in the lead. Third quarter action, and the Bears are on defense again. Team pursuit. Again, it's Reed and Julius Bessix. Karen Crow had increased their lead, but now it was time for Travis Minor to burst up the middle and pull away from the defense. The score was now 21-17 in favor of Karen Crow. Fourth quarter action with the Bears behind by 11 points. Greg Brown comes up with a big interception. The offense is on the move. Option play with Weber leading Applewhite. A great downfield block by Brian Williams, and it's first down Catholic High. Applewhite back to pass, and Brian Williams hauls in the touchdown. The Bears are going for 2. Option pitch. Cam Peasy kicks out the defender, and Minor is in. Score is now 28-25. Karen Crow is trying to get first down and run out the clock. The quarterback is back to pass, and there's a tip ball. Greg Brown comes up with another interception. The Bears can feel the momentum change. This time back on offense, it's another option play, and Zach Pendarvis gives the key block to Major Applewhite. First down for the Bears again. The offensive line has taken over the ball game. Minor over the right side, touchdown, and Catholic High has the lead. The score is now 32-28 in favor of the Bears. Greg Brown with the onside kick. Karen Crow is stunned. The kicker, Brown, comes up with the recovery. Bears ball. The Catholic High offense grinds out the clock, takes a knee on the game's final play. Since 1989, these two teams have played 7 times, with Catholic High coming out on top 6 of them. Final score, 32-28, Catholic High. One of the state's great rivalries in the recent past has been Catholic versus Jesuit of New Orleans. The Bears continued their mastery over the Blue Jays with surgical precision on a humid night at Olympia Stadium in Baton Rouge. This series began in 1990 with Catholic High now owning a 5-1 mark against their New Orleans rivals. On the opening kickoff, Travis Minor fumbled the ball, but Aaron Boone picked it up in full stride, and the senior exploded past midfield. The offense could not move the ball, and so it was up to the defense to shut down the Jays. Clay Bostic turns the play into Bubba Lacombe. Back on offense, lightning strikes for the Bears.
To the I formation, Applewhite hands to Minor, off left tackle, breaks it, he's at the 5, he's at the 10, he's got a block, he's at the 20, he's at the 30-yard line, down the sideline, he could go 98 yards and will for a touchdown for Catholic High. 98-yard Travis Minor
on the ensuing kickoff, Matt Lowe and Ronnie Atkins make the tackle on the Blue Jay runner. The Bears defense is determined to keep the Blue Jays pinned up. Keegan Williams and Clay Bostic come in and make the tackle, and it's time for the Bears offense once again to score.
There's a slot to the right side. Here's Applewhite, goes the other way with the option. He's got the first down and more. 40, 35, still on his feet at the 30, inside the 25-yard line, down close to the 20 before he's knocked down. Looks like Blackstone is wide out to the left. High backs again behind Applewhite. Takes it, hands off. Minor bounces away to the outside 15. He's to the 10, goes to the corner, goes in for the touchdown.
After Minor's touchdown, senior Greg Brown came on the field and kicked the extra point. Catholic High was now ahead 14-0. Later in the second quarter, the Bears were back on offense.
One tight end off on the left. Here's Applewhite on the option. He finally pitches back to Minor at the 40. He's at the 30, at the 35, at the 30, knocked out of bounds. Split back behind Applewhite. Tight end Pendarvis on the right. Short drop by Applewhite. Fires it to Brown. Here's a hook and lateral. He goes. Here's Travis up the sideline. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown. Catholic High.
The Jays offense was threatening later in the period when Clay Bostic jarred the ball loose.
Man on the wing to the left side. The lone set back is Hawk. Takes the handoff, fumbles. The football is loose. It's on the ground. The 10 is still loose. It's covered up by Catholic High at about the 8-yard line. Keegan Williams dives on the ball at the 8-yard line.
Now the Bears offense was ready to exploit the turnover.
Applewhite takes it as quarterback and will drop back to throw. Looks down the field. He's got time, unloads it across the middle. Brown's got it at the 20, 15, 10, touchdown.
Second half action now, and the Catholic High defense is on the field. Seniors Daniel Luke and Julius Bessix plug the off-tackle hole, and the Jays are stopped for no gain. Forced to go to the air, it's time for another turnover. as junior cornerback Kendrick Shanklin comes up with the INT. The Bears defense turned in one of their better efforts of the season in this game. Later in the same quarter, the Bears offense is on the attack.
Right and left, now the wide's off, back to throw, got some time, fires to the far corner of the end zone. Brian Williams is there, makes the reception at the 1 and rolls out of bounds.
A turnover prevented the Catholic High offense from scoring again, but once again, Catholic High had earned a victory over Jesuit. Final score, 28-7 Bears. The Catholic High offense was a well-oiled machine in 1996 with a regular season average of over 42 points per game. Several school records were smashed en route to the school's most productive offensive showing ever. The Bears opened their district schedule against the East Ascension Spartans down in Gonzales. In one of the most explosive efforts of the season, Catholic High won its 6th game in a row versus their Ascension Parish rivals. On the game's opening kickoff, Kendrick Shanklin fielded the kickoff and threw the ball across the field to Travis Miner, who picks up a wall of blockers. Miner carries the ball almost to midfield. On the game's second play, it's time for the Bears to use some of their trickery.
Right side, pitch back it goes, double reverse, flea flicker it is. Here's Applewhite drop and fires it back to Miner. He's all alone at the 50, at the 25. He's got it 10-5 and goes in for the score for Catholic High.
On the ensuing kickoff, it's time for Kendrick Shanklin once again to make a great play, along with Jason Brown. The Bears are on offense and installed a wing tee. Aaron Boone explodes down the left sideline. Later in the drive, the Bears are in scoring position. And once again, it's Boone on the handoff, following Brad Bourgeois. Touchdown, Catholic High. Another offensive series. This time on the sweep, it's Travis Miner, following Trey Erie and Ben Weber. The Bears are ready to score again. Kendrick Shanklin on the sweep, following Randy Richard. A great effort by Shanklin. This time it's the option. Fake to Campese, and Applewhite pitches to a wide open Travis Miner. That play worked so well, they're going to do it on the extra point attempt. This time it's Kendrick Shanklin in for the easy score. The defense is ready to pass some licks. Hand off to the running back, Clay Bostic. Bubba Lacombe and others on the tackle. Again, it's Lacombe, Max Zimmer, and Julius Bessex. With the quarterback back to pass, Will Landry and Daniel Loop in on the tackle. The Bears are on offense, and it's the option pitch. A kick-out block by Campese, and Travis Miner is off to the races. On this ensuing kickoff, great coverage supplied by sophomore Brian Thomas. Senior Ryan Mook is not fooled on the screen pass. When the Bears get their hands back on the ball, it's time for Miner to come up with a tremendous effort.
Here's a rollout by Applewhite. He looks down the field. He fires. Travis Miner one-hands it at the 50. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 45. Comes to the near sideline. 40. He can go. Nice battle up on the sideline to knock down inside the 30 at the 34. One to the right side. Here's Applewhite with the option. Pitch back to Miner. Miner cuts it up at the 15. To the 10. To the 5. He's in. It's a touchdown.
The offense was on a roll. Now it's the defense's turn. Daniel Loop and Chris Reed in on the tackle. The Bears defense supplies heat on the quarterback. And senior Greg Brown comes up with another one of his interceptions. The offense is ready to explode. Travis Miner off tackle, and the senior makes a great move to cut back to the left and down the sideline. The offense turned the ball over, but East Ascension returned the favor when senior linebacker Julius Bessex intercepted.
End zone. Draws back, fires it up over the middle. Tipped and intercepted at the 10-yard line by Bessex. Bessex brings it up the middle to the 5 and is knocked off his feet at that point.
Catholic High offense was in business. On the screen pass, Major Applewhite shows great poise, gets the ball in the hands of Travis Miner, and Miner does his thing. Later in the fourth quarter, Catholic-High is on a roll again, with quarterback B.G. March now in and running the option play.
High back formation, pitch back to Boone, the short side of the field. He's at 35, he's at the 30, down the sidelines, he's got to go. Aaron Boone, wow!
Later in the fourth quarter, junior Keegan Williams shows his power.
Here's the option, handoff straight ahead. Keegan Williams breaks it past the line of scrimmage. He's got first down and more. Still on his feet, breaks the tackle at the 10. He's at the 7-yard line. Keegan would not go down.
In an impressive display of offensive firepower and stingy defense, Catholic-High was now 1-0 in district by the score of 56-14. 2 weeks after the Bears defeated East Ascension, they were back on the road, this time to face Santa Ma's Gators at the pit. When the smoke cleared, it was Catholic-High who was victorious for the 6th time in the last 8 meetings. On the first defensive series for the Bears, it's Clay Bostic and Julius Bessix on the hit. Next play, senior Corey McClellan puts a serious lick on the runner. Down by the goal line, Santa Ma's threatening. The ball comes loose, and senior Daniel Luke comes up with the recovery. Catholic-High's offense moved to midfield on the option. Travis Miner makes a great play on the catch, and then the explosion down the sideline. The Bears are now in business and ready to score.
Applewhite on play action, rolls out, he's got time, fires in the near end zone. Brown is there, makes the next touchdown.
The Gators are threatening on offense, but Clay Bostic, Bubba Lacombe, and Ryan Mook supply great defense. The Bears are now back on offense.
Applewhite takes and hands off Miner, cuts it out on the outside. He's at the 25, breaks loose from the tackler at the 30. Still on the 40. He's at the 45, breaks out in midfield. Here's the footlight, down the sidelines. He's going to go.
After the TD, great special teams coverage is led by senior Aaron Boone. The Gators are looking for a first down and resort to a reverse. They fumble the handoff, and the pursuit is supplied by Bubba Lacombe, Hunter Andrews, and Ryan Mook. The Gators are forced to punt now on 4th down. Unfortunately for them, Travis Miner is waiting.
Puts downfield and will field the ball right at midfield. Cuts it straight up the middle at the 45. He's down the sideline. 30. He's at the 20. One man to beat. Break double falls in and goes into the end zone to score. A 50-yard return by Travis Miner.
Junior linebacker Matt Gross was now ready to make an impact with this stunt into the backfield. The Gators are looking for a first down. On this pass, a hustling defensive lineman, Daniel Luke, jars the ball loose.
He's out to the left, play action, fires to the left side. Anderson's got it at the 47-yard line. He's all alone, breaks it up towards the middle at the 45, still on his feet. Loses the football as he goes for extra yards. I believe Catholic-High may have come up with it.
The Gators had pulled within 4 at 20-16 when Applewhite came out of the play action and found Greg Brown down the sideline. The senior receiver was off to the races with one of the longest pass plays in Catholic-High history. Still in the third quarter, on a crucial 3rd down, Applewhite pulls up under the rusher and finds senior Bud Kleinpeter. First down, Bears. This series carried into the 4th quarter, and it was time for Applewhite to connect with Greg Brown one more time.
Instead of Travis Miner, play action, drop back to throw as Applewhite fires it down the near side. Greg Brown is there, and goes across. That's Wayne Campese. Now Miner goes in motion, pitch back to Travis. Travis wants to throw, throws it back to Applewhite. Touchdown! That's
touchdown and Greg Brown's extra point made the score 34-16 Catholic High. On Santa Ma's final offensive possession, defensive end Clay Bostic knifes the runner down in the backfield. Catholic High gets their hands on the ball one more time, and senior Major Applewhite turns in one of the great individual efforts of 1996. This play is ruled down on the 1-foot line. With less than 10 seconds remaining, Catholic High mercifully takes a knee, and the Bears have once again defeated Santa Ma's Gators. Final score 34-16.
Pump up the volume, dance, dance.
The record when the drum beats go like this.
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
After winning their 5th district title in the last 7 years, Catholic High was playing host to Lafayette's Lions in the opening round of the state playoffs. On the game's first play, the defense demonstrates their readiness to play. Clay Bostic turns the ball in to Matt Gross. The offense has the ball now on their own 9-yard line. First offensive possession, game's first offensive play. And Major Applewhite is off to the races. First down, Bears. On the very next play, Applewhite checks off at the line of scrimmage, and it's the option pitch. Travis Minor cuts under a block, and it's Catholic High 7, Lafayette 0. The defense is again ready to play. Daniel Luke puts the heat on the quarterback. Second offensive series. Senior fullback Ross Campisi explodes up the middle. Now it's the pass. Great protection, and Minor with an incredible effort to get into the end zone. The defense continues to shine. Ryan Mook in on the quarterback. On offense, a good field position. Major Applewhite with the play-action fake and the pass for a touchdown to Zach Pendarvis. Later, on the next possession, Greg Brown comes up with a touchdown grab of his own. Second quarter, the quick pitch to Minor. He follows Hunter Andrews around the end, and the senior running back is in for another score. 2-point conversion, and Major Applewhite hits Keegan Williams. The defense continues to make big plays. None bigger than Greg Brown's interception and tremendous effort after the pick. The senior's in the end zone. It's another touchdown. Offensively, the Bears are backed up, but that's all right. Travis Minor has the ball under his arm, and the tailback explodes for another long-distance TD. On defense, Julius Bessix annihilates the ball carrier. Second half kickoff return. Junior Jason Beasley follows his blockers up the middle and returns the ball past midfield. Senior cornerback Aaron Boone finishes off this fine defensive showing with a hammer of the runner. Catholic High has won its first round playoff game against Lafayette by the score of 49-6. Up next for the Bears was a rare Thursday night battle with District 8-5A champion Abramson at Tad Gormley Stadium in New Orleans. First quarter action, and Travis Minor takes the toss from Major Applewhite, breaks some tackles, and the big senior is off and running. Continuing in this drive, it's the sprint out pass. Applewhite unloads a perfectly timed ball to Travis Minor. Touchdown, Bears. Abramson is threatening in the first quarter. Ryan Mook forces the runner wide, and Keegan Williams comes in with a big hit. This possession carried over into the second quarter. With the quarterback back to pass, junior Kendrick Shanklin comes up with the pick out of the end zone. Tremendous effort by Shanklin. Now the offense needs to move. Quick pass to Brian Williams, a great block by Greg Brown. Further down the field, the option pitch. Minor turns the corner. The Bears are in excellent scoring position. Applewhite pulls up and finds Minor cutting across the grain. Back on defense. With the reverse, Will Landry forces the runner back into Keegan Williams. On the next play, the Bears defensive front puts heat on the quarterback, and senior Brian Williams comes in with a key interception. On the very next play, Williams puts back-to-back great efforts together. He's all alone for the touchdown. After a series of penalties, when Abramson had finally scored, the Commodores were backed up and kicking off. Aaron Boone explodes down the sideline. Once again, the Bears are ready to unload. Could have been a hook and lateral, but Greg Brown thought otherwise. Great effort. Quick drop and a quick pass to Greg Brown on the sideline. This time it's the pass to Williams, and the senior makes a leaping grab. As the Bears came out for the halftime, they enjoyed a comfortable lead over Abramson's Commodores. The Bears had the ball to open up the third period. Applewhite on the bootleg, and he finds a wide-open Travis Minor. Touchdown, Bears. Later, next possession, the option pitch. Minor follows his blockers into the end zone. On the kickoff to follow, the Bears have great team pursuit and converge on the ball carrier. Brett Dugas with the tackle. After Abramson had scored, they kicked off to Minor. And the senior followed his blockers, went down the right sideline past midfield. Late in the fourth quarter, with the Bears up 40-14, it's B.G. Marchant at quarterback, and the senior scrambles for a big gain. Catholic High won their second round playoff game in New Orleans by a final score of 40-28. Despite a 12-0 record and a national top 10 ranking, many people predicted that Catholic High would lose their quarterfinal matchup with Archbishop Shaw of New Orleans. What happened was arguably the most exciting victory in Catholic High football history. On the first defensive series, senior Clay Bostic comes in and nails the runner. On the veer option, this time the quarterback keeps the ball. Brian Williams makes the tackle. The Eagles continued to drive, however, and scored the game's first touchdown. Although not scoring, the Bears' offense was effective early in moving the ball.
They run the option. Applewhite flips to Minor, and he has a lot of room on the right side. And he's into the open field, finally dragged out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A second down and a long one from the 46. Hand off to Carey, and Carey met in the backfield and pushed backwards by number 69, Hunter Andrews.
This Eagle offensive drive carried over into the second quarter, and the Bears defense came up with the turnover.
And he evades a couple of tacklers and loses the football. Picked up by Aaron Boone. And Boone with some room to the outside. Some wheels down the sidelines. And finally shoved out of bounds.
Now with their hands on the ball, the offense wastes little time.
To Minor, gets around a tackler down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds inside the 5 at the 2-yard line.
Catholic High now had a first down and goal to go.
Handoff to Minor, and Minor lunges into the end zone, and Catholic is on the scoreboard.
On the very first play after the touchdown, Julius Bessick strikes.
The 8, Joseph keeps it himself. He loses the football, and it's recovered at the 29-yard line by Julius Bessick, number 44.
The Bears cashed in quickly.
Applewhite, long drop, in trouble, throws, and the pass is going to be tipped and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Travis Minor and Catholic.
Senior Greg Brown kicks the extra point. Catholic High has clawed back into the ball game. Another great defensive effort by Keegan Williams and Kendrick Shanklin. Shaw was stopped and missed a field goal, But after Calicut turned the ball over right before halftime, the Eagles had scored, and now we're kicking off.
5-yard line. Now they throw across the field to Minor, and he has some room. Breaks a couple tackles and gets inside the 40-yard line.
At halftime, the Bears trailed Shaw 21-14. The offense was now determined to get on the scoreboard. Minor off tackle. The offensive line began to explode at the line of scrimmage and move the Eagles back.
Hand off to Minor. Cuts it back. He has such great vision and has a lot of room. In Shaw territory to the 46-yard line.
The Bears now use their famous hideout play.
Second down, short drop by Applewhite. Wide open down the sideline is Brian Williams. And did he make the catch? Yes.
The Bears offense was not able to take advantage of that great play, but Julius Bessick showed why the defense held Shaw to 1 first down in the second half. The Catholic High offense continued to show better execution in the second half.
Short drop by Applewhite, and the pass is caught. And a nice catch and run by Michael Blackstone, number 14, as he has enough yardage for the first down.
Senior receiver Blackstone was in for injured Greg Brown, and he followed one great effort up with another. The defense was going to be called upon to come up with another great effort in the third quarter.
3rd and 3. And Joseph on the delay gives to Carey, and Carey loses a yard. Catholic was not fooled by that play.
With Shaw now trying to increase their lead to 10 points, Kendrick Shanklin comes up with one of the big plays of 1996.
High snap, and the kick is blocked. And it's picked up by Catholic. Ryan Mook, number 48, comes up with the fumble after the block.
The game is now in the fourth quarter. Julius Bessick unloads on the ball carrier. Crucial third down play. Senior Clay Bostic comes up with a big stick.
And the handoff is stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
The offense now had to come up with the drive of the year.
Play action fake. Applewhite with time, throws down the middle. Zach Pendarvis makes the catch for the first down at the Shaw 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, I formation, play action fake. Applewhite in trouble, dumps it off to Campese, who cuts it back upfield, has running room, and has it up for the first down. Huge play there. 2 receivers to the left, I formation on first down. Applewhite will keep on the option and has running room, gets to the 25. Play action fake to Minor. Applewhite has time. Now throws, and the pass is caught. Great catch by number 14, Michael Blackstone. Play action fake, throw, touchdown. Zach Pendarvis on the catch, and it's 21-20 with 2:52 to play in the game. And the kick on the way, and it's good, and we're tied at 21 with 2:52 to play in regulation.
When the fourth quarter had ended, the score was 21-all. This meant the game was going into overtime. In the overtime period, Catholic High had the ball first and had lost 7 yards on first down.
Applewhite rolling right, firing for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Brian Williams.
Great catch by Brian Williams there.
The snap, and Brown's kick is good. Catholic 28, Shaw 21, and you see the Catholic High sidelines. They're excited.
Shaw's first offense possession had netted 7 yards in overtime. The Bears defense was backed up.
3rd down from the 3. Play action. Joseph looking for the end zone, and the pass incomplete. Split backs on 4th down. A receiver split to the right. Play action. Joseph dancing around, looking to throw. Throws across the middle. It's broken up. And Catholic has beaten Shaw in overtime 28-21. The Catholic fans begin to pile out onto the field as the players are being mobbed around the 25, 20, 30-yard lines.
The Bears were now one of only 4 teams left in the state still in the playoffs. By making the state semifinals, Catholic now had traveled to West Monroe to battle the Rebels. Karen Crew and Jesuit were fighting it out for the other final spot, both having lost to Catholic earlier in the regular season. This game turned out to be a classic. The Bears lost a heartbreaker to eventual champion West Monroe. However, on the game's opening kickoff, Travis Minor put on a show.
Be fumbled around, but then picked up by Minor. Minor comes back down the field. Minor breaks loose. Minor is at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Catholic High School.
No flags, Dennis. No flags on the play. That one's going to stand.
Catholic High School has stunned this crowd in West Monroe. The Bears lead it 6-0.
Injured All-State defensive back Greg Brown was delegated to place-kicking duties for the night and was good on this PAT. First quarter defensive action for Catholic and Keegan Williams leads the charge. On the next play, Catholic defense forces the turnover.
Fumble on the play, and it looks like the Bears have it. They do.
That is. That's Kendrick. That's Kendrick Shanklin with the recovery for Catholic High.
When Catholic offense took possession, the first down screen pass was successful. Applewhite to Minor. Defensively, Daniel Loop and Matt Gross come in with a great hit on the fullback. We're now in the second quarter, and the Rebels try the option. But Aaron Boone unloads on the ball carrier. This forces the Rebels to attempt a field goal. For the second consecutive week, Kendrick Shanklin comes in and blocks the field goal attempt. In the third quarter, Catholic offense got the ball trailing 14-7. Travis Minor cuts to the right, breaks tackles, and the senior is down the sideline for a first down. Catholic was determined to move the ball on the ground. Again, the great cutback. Minor sheds the tacklers and picks up another first down. Again, it's off tackle. And Minor is showing tremendous running ability. This offensive series carried on into the fourth quarter. Fourth down, and the Bears look like they're going for a field goal. Bud Kleinpeter is apparently going out of bounds. But when the ball snapped, Major Applewhite hits the senior in the end zone. This touchdown, which would have tied the score at 14-all, was called back. With 7 minutes remaining, Catholic is now down 21-7.
To Travis Minor. Minor to midfield. Minor to the 40. Minor to the 30. He's to the 20.
They won't
Travis Minor. Touchdown for Catholic High. That's just what the Bears needed. Greg Brown has a very important extra point here because Catholic is trying to get within 7 points. Here's the extra point in the air. It is up. It is good. West Monroe General Dollar takes the ball, hands off, and it's a big play by Catholic High. A big stop.
The defense had forced a West Monroe punt with 2 minutes left in the game. The Bears were without any timeouts when they got their hands back on the ball. Major Applewhite's completion to Brian Williams was the only first down of the final drive, and the game ended 21-14, West Monroe. Despite the final score, no one who calls themselves a Catholic Bear will ever forget the legacy of this 1996 team.